Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing the top 5 monocolored decks of October 2024. So what I like to do somewhere in between the middle of the month and the end of the month is pick out the top 5 monocolored decks. That's where we go to Untap GG. We pick out the decks that have the best win rates for monocolors that are out there. And hopefully they've changed somewhat from last month just to make it interesting. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, your master of ceremonies on the journey towards fun and enlightenment, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you the top 5 monocolored decks of October 2024. Like I said before, I go out to Untap GG and I try to look up those decks, monocolored, that have the best win rates in standard best of 1 right now. All right, so I did take a look, and 3 out of the 5 decks are repeats from last month, but we got 2 new ones that are, they're slightly different from last month. It just depends on, I don't know, how much you care about them one way or the other. So anyways, let's get started by checking them out. But before we do, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. And first off is Mono Green. And we're playing against the Traveler. He's the Traveler. He's traveling all the time. 2 mana. Innkeeper's Talent looks cool. Question, if I play this guy first. Yes. All right, you can try to counterspell me, you super jerk. He's just going for the kill. All right, I like that better. That's cool. I'm totally fine with that. I can respect that kind of a move. Oof. He's playing super hard control big time right now. All right, there we go. That was fun. And again, this guy's just playing nothing but control. That's got ward on it, ward 3. I can't get that guy. So I don't care. Let's give him a little bit of protection. Cool. And let's pump. I'm gonna say I just want to. The sharpshooters are great. Ooh, man, the shuffler is out to get me. 3 in a row. Can you believe that crap? I mean, that guy, he doesn't care about because it'll just become an enchantment at that point. What we can do is we can go after him with this. Hey, go ahead and draw a card there, buddy. You're countering me, huh? Ooh, he just takes it. That's crazy. Man, Innkeeper's Talent is doing so much for us right now. It's amazing. He's going to go for a board wipe. He's going to make me get rid of one of my guys. He's getting rid of it myself, apparently. Do I get to hit Planeswalker with this? I certainly do. All right, we got ourselves a Hydra for Nick's turn. He doesn't know it yet. It's going to be big. I mean, it could be what, like 6? Does this thing have trample? Yeah, it does. All right, that's not great. If he stays back on defense, we can have some problems there. Go ahead and draw a card, man. Have a good time. All right, we just got to go all out. Good job, Goldvein Hydra and Innkeeper's Talent. Yeah, you can't block against that, man. And we win! In your face, Judy B. Jones. In your face. All right, so we are with Innkeeper's Talent. I'm sorry, that's not the name of it. It's Mono Green Stompy. But this deck showcases Innkeeper's Talent and how this is just such a power boost to any deck it's put into. Like, look at that. It just said if you would put one or more counters on a permanent or player, you put twice as much instead, which means that when you play the Goldvein Hydra, where's that little boy at? Goldvein Hydra. That, yeah, if you put 5 into it, he's going to be a 10 when he comes out. And he's got trample, and he has haste, and you're just going to inject him again with 2 more counters when he goes to attack. So, yeah, it's just, this guy is just there to make everything else so much better. Not to mention giving everything ward, which is a big value, a lot bigger than you think it is. Hunter Talent's good. Not as good as the other one, but still, it's all right. I really liked seeing the sharpshooters. These guys were doing excellent for us, taking out enchantments and artifacts. Big time. Yeah, Canine Curator, 4 more cards. He gets +4/+4 and trample. Yeah, this guy was, has potential for being so much more. Altogether, this deck was fantastic. I can't say I've even seen this deck before in this particular lineup. I mean, I thought, I played this deck last week or something. The number was the same. Yet I don't remember ever seeing these raccoons in here. Where's the Sharpshooter and the Canine Curator? These were completely new to me. I had no idea what I was getting into. The rest of this looked pretty standard, and I thought, oh yeah, we're just going to be going in here. Innkeeper Talent's going to do what it's going to do. It might have been I played this deck, last month, but no, I think these guys are new. No, these are from Bloomburrow. They could have easily, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and take a look at the deck list. But they came out this time, and they were really, really, really good. All right, so there you go. Mono Green Stompy. All right, I'm playing against Mr. Who, 25. Never graduated doctor school. Keep. Everything's an instant. So we'll play it on our opponent's turn. Let's see, Sleight of Hand, more mana. I tell you, I think we got enough mana. And no reason to do anything. We'll just let it go. So the deal is we got it. I mean, he can make more rabbits there. If he puts out the talent and he starts trying to make a copy, we need to nuke that guy quickly. Because obviously that's what he wants to do, is start off a nice run of rabbit babies. That's getting out of control. One in my hand, this guy. One in my graveyard, that guy. That guy goes back in the other. And this is, oh, sorcery. I can't do it, huh? There you go. Have a good time. All right, the question is how much direct creature kills this guy have? Because it's probably a bunch. Do I have enough to pay all 5? I think I do. I have more than that. Well, he's just getting bitter now. That's the card we were watching out for. All right, Super Pop. Sure, that sounds like a good time. Let's just leave the mana we got for now and go on in. All right, if he tries to target one of the rabbit baby, we'll just Into the Flood Maw it. We'll keep him from creating a third one, apparently. Do it. That guy, he needs to go back to the bench, coach. Get in there. Come on, you can do it. I mean, I could technically make the flow, with the flow of knowledge, I can make the Haughty Djinn a lot stronger. Let's just do it. There's up to 10, and here we go. And it's a 3. Throw out another one of these. And on his turn, we'll go ahead and Eddymurk Crab. He's probably peeing himself. There we go. We can still do it. There he goes. Yoink! And we win! Woo! Victory! Alright, so here we are with the best mono blue deck around right now. I had to play it 8 times to actually get it to win once. I had to play it 8 times. So that means I lost 7 times with this deck. It might just be me. I may not be a blue deck player. Number one, you have to, you're playing with instants like all the time. So you're playing on your opponent's turn, not your own. You got to keep your mana open for options and possibilities. And that's fine. I tried really hard. But, the Tolarian Terror only has Ward 2. The Eddymurk Crab, he gets out and he pins some guys down. But, if you don't get him out the right time, like when they're really low on life, problem is we're not doing a lot of damage up until the end. So it's like there's just not a lot of opportunities for doing damage. Yes, we got a lot of counter spells. Yes, we got a lot of card draw. But all it does is make your other guys easier to cast. And if the other people have the right cards, there's nothing you could do about it. And there's a lot of stuff out there for taking out this particular deck. So, yeah, I mean, it's a deck. You might really, really dig it. I think that if I was playing cards like this, I'd be really happy that the Eddymurk Crab's out. Just because I'd be getting tired of playing Haughty Djinn and Tolarian Terror all the time. Those guys were cool, but as you can see, they've been around for freaking ever. Like, what is that, Brothers War or something? This guy is pretty much brand new from Bloomborough, and therefore it makes this a little bit of a fresher deck. All right, there you go. I mean, it was cool. It was blue. It was very, very blue. And if you dig that kind of thing, then it's still around. Have a good time with it. All right, we're playing against Trappazoid. I don't know if Trappazoid had 2 P's in it. Let me guess, you're just gonna give me 2 mana and never a third. All right, that's nice. Thank you. We put out here Phyrexian. I think he's got a bouncer in there. And he's just going to get rid of that. All right, good for you, man. All right, 3. We'll put out the Slasher. He's probably going to be playing a bunch of control. That's not great. Unpossible Slasher can take damage, no problem, but not the other way around. Let's just see what he's got first. All right, cool. What I'm hoping is he doesn't get a board wipe. That's what I'm really not looking forward to here. Oh, he just did that, huh? Maybe he does have a board wipe. And there it is. All right, well, if he tries to draw cards, we'll just hose him over. There's 2. Pick up another mana, we could get out 2 skeletons at the same time with haste and pump. Didn't get it. All right, so we can block. So we're not going to... I'm sure he's got something that'll just kill attacking creatures. So we'll leave Shouldered out of the mix. Oh, we lost that guy. That just seems too much like a trick. Here's a skeleton. That was his trick. Here's another skeleton. And we win. All right, suck it, suckerfish. You were trying to be tricksy. You were trying to be really tricksy. Victory! All right, so we're with mono black mid-range. Interesting thing to me is that it feels like this is really mono black like aggro because it's all that skeleton aggro stuff, right? We've got the Corpses of the Lost mixed up with Tiny Bones and Curse of the Stashed Skeleton. Those three things are all skeletons. And you got the Forsaken Miner. And they all are part of that aggro core set they got going on there. And then I guess we just mixed in a little bit of Gix and Sholdred, and Gissa, who helps pump up the skeletons as well. I mean, this has become mid-range at this point. All right, that's cool. I mean, it's a great deck. It feels good. I kind of feel like it needs a little bit more control in it. Like I just wasn't getting go for the throat and cut down. These have these huge problems in it. I feel like we almost need to lose something else. Possibly Tiny Bones jumps up. This is a dumb card in my opinion. I'd put in another set of creature kills, one that I can pay for and it just kills stuff. Because this thing doesn't do anything above with toughness, with power and toughness greater than 5, which is like the vast majority of stuff out there. And this doesn't go against artifacts, which there are a ton of. So yeah, we definitely need another 3. I'd get rid of this and put something else in, but that's just me. Other than that, this is a very well-balanced card. It's a great deck. It feels so good to be playing it. A lot of people would say it's boring, but it's not huge on the card, the discard, just a little bit. In fact, I mean, it's just Deep Cavern Bat, really, at this point, especially if you get rid of Tiny Bones joins up. It's not really necessary. Deep Cavern Bat is just a good way of looking at the other person's hand. All right, this is probably one of my favorite decks, probably a go-to on my side just to play. It just is so boring because it is just what it is, and I'm not going to record it, more than once a month or something like that. I do love this deck. I think it's really great. Plus, it's got our Dark Queen Sholdred in there. All right, so there you go. Mono, black, mid-range. All right, playing against Eternal. Keep. Yeah, I don't care. All right, Carrot Cake gets us a dude. That is awesome. We need 5. Nice board wipe at some point. We just got to build up to 5 mana. Then the herd. All right, got ourselves an Evangelist. We can take out the leech with that if we need to. Well, we got a whole lot of not white going on. That is a serious problem. We need at least one more white mana to be able to pull off the Sunfall. He seems to be locked in at 2 mana. That's great for us. This is going to require so much more, though. You're going to exile a bat, huh? Sweet googly people. That is just ridiculous. At least we can get a freebie out of this guy. Finally. Alright, well, you're going to see the Sunfall. That's not great for you. Thing is, I'm going to wipe the board. I'll get a huge dude out of the mix. I'll get my Sunfall back. No blocks, everything's cool. Have a good time. Alright, so this guy's packing for 4. I got 9. If he doesn't defend, he's going to lose next turn. He's up to 10. What do you think he's doing? Put it out, man. Do I care? I'll take one. I'm going to take it regardless. I can exile it, at which point then it doesn't matter. I don't know. Let's just let it go. Yep. There's number 2. Just let the thing rot up there for a little bit. That's fine. Keeping the Sunfall. I probably don't need it. Hopefully he doesn't have the ability to take that thing out. And we win! In your face, Duffy Moon! In your face! Alright, so we are with mono white control. Why is it control? Let's just ask ourselves that. Well, we got Sunfalls. Lots of Sunfalls. We've got this is not control. That's a little bit of control. That's control. That's control. That's control. Alright, so we got a bunch of control. Just didn't feel very control. Felt like we were putting out tons of tokens and trying to make that stuff work for us. You know, it felt like it was a Caretaker's talent deck. And I guess we just put just enough Sunfalls and stuff in here that we can wipe the board if we need to and just keep rebuilding tokens from someplace. We don't really have that many tokens, though. I mean, we have Caretaker, which puts out 2 apiece. We got Sanguine Evangelist that puts out essentially 3 guys. And Archangel Elspeth puts out guys. This guy puts out 3 guys. So we have the ability to recover a lot of guys. Yeah, so it's basically tokens and board wipes is what it feels like with some individual stuff rolled into there. Soul Partition has been a big card today, both against me and for me. So, good job, Soul Partition. I usually thought you kind of stunk. All right, so is this a good deck? I can't believe this would be the best mono-white deck out there, considering the fact that mono-white soldiers was just so hot for so long, and yet it's not even a part of this whatsoever. I got to believe there's still a lot of mono-white soldiers around that we can play with. Yet nothing, not even Shrike Peter. The only part that's part of it is probably Sanguine Evangelist, who's not even a soldier. Yet you saw this one coming out in mono-white, like humans, mono-white soldiers, always had Sanguine Evangelist in it as soon as we got to Ixalan. Probably because of the battle cry. That was the big deal there. Yeah, weird days are upon us, but that's what I love about Standard. Things change. So there you go. Best mono-white deck in the meta as of right now. Mono-white control. All right, playing against NovaDelta. What do I get? We have one creature. That was a weird choice. I guess, what does it say? It's only for creatures? Yeah, so I should have put out a regular land first. That's the way you're going to be about it, huh? Prowess! Alright, let's shut the dog up. Go to sleep. Apparently this is too much for you. Does this pump them up any particular way? Yes. All right, we're going to go this guy. And let's go in for the attack. All right, you can do 1 point of damage. It's going to be to me. Unless you could use your Singleton 1 to shoot something. Nope. Rennie does not have that going on. We'll put this guy out with that single red. All right, we got enough for the kill in the next turn. Let's just see what he's got going on. Not only do a creature we don't control. Yeah, it doesn't help us out, does it? There's 3. Just gotta do 4 more, and we got more than enough. Boom, boom! Goes the room. Boom, boom, goes the room. Victory! Alright, so we are with Mono Red Aggro. Not number 2, but apparently there's probably a starter deck in the kit that's called Mono Red Aggro, so now this one has to be number 2. This is the best Mono Red deck out there today, according to win rate by Untapped GG. What was my big problem in the game I played? Number 1, I put Rockface Village out first. I shouldn't have done that. I should have put out the Mountain. Reason why? Because that would have given me the ability to shock his initial guy. The fact that I was going second, meaning I needed to find some way to slow him down. The thing is it did work out. It worked out fantastically. But there was just, that first big, huge mistake straight off the bat. I thought, oh, Rockface is going to be great. I'd have it out. I'll be able to tap it to, give my mouse creature some big stuff going on there. Nope. Mountain was definitely the more useful thing to do early on when I needed to have the ability to have access to Shock. Shock was the card that I needed to have access straight up. All right, so anyways, Mono Red Aggro. Yeah, Mono Red is fantastic. This thing, Prowess has taken over as being the key to Mono Red. It used to be just haste. Haste was enough to get you everything you needed. But like this guy essentially has got prowess. He does not. This guy just gives you guys double strike or transfer or trample. He makes everything else better is the deal. But there we go. Prowess, prowess, prowess. Now you don't have prowess. You're just the guy that if you pump up, he gets killed. He does a bunch of damage. It goes pseudo fling. When they do the Rakdos version of it, it's not really Rakdos. It's really just red with the fling, just because you got the ability to fling all your guys rather than just this guy by itself. All right, so as you can see, it's all just about just getting things out cheap. It is 100% aggro. Look at those two lions right there. And it is just so fast, so aggressive. And usually if you go first, you win. That's pretty much it. If you flip the coin and you go first, you are the winner. If you flip the coin and you go second, you only win like, 3/4 of the time. So Mono Red Aggro is an incredibly good deck. Even without the Ley Lines of Resonance, it still is one of the best decks out there. The thing is, though, everyone is going to say that you're just a net decking freak because it is super boring and it's got so many cheap cards in it. This is the way that all the newbies are going to go. The thing is that if you just want to win a game or two, put this guy together, go out. You want to climb a ladder, put this guy out, go out. This is the deck for winning. All right, so there you go, Mono Red Aggro. This is your lineup of the best monocolored decks for late October 2024. 3 out of the 5 were from last month. Mono Green Stompy, Mono Blue Tempo, and Mono Red Aggro. The 2 different ones were the white and the black ones. That was kind of interesting. The thing that I thought was the most interesting was the Mono Black, pretty much because last month it was Mono White Skeletons. That's what it was. This was also Mono White Skeletons, but it looked like it had been adjusted so that it was a little bit more mid-rangey, so we can focus more on the late game. And that was cool. I mean, I love Mono Black Skeletons because it's so aggro. I love a good aggro deck. And if you focus a lot on that, maybe you have a lot of early creature kill, you blow the way, and then your guys can come in. The problem is if they pick off your skeletons, and what are you going to do? You're just stuck there doing nothing. So it's nice having the late game cards, some Sholdred. I'm not sure what else, but other good cards at the end, just so that you can kind of still maintain that threat throughout the life of your game, in case you can't win by mid-game that a good aggro deck requires. But still, I mean, it's still fun. I love monocolored decks. I like not worrying about my mana. It's just the quantity rather than the quality. What I think is weird is that in this deck we were seeing those like Cavern or whatever that's good for creature type. I'm like, why do we care? These are monocolored decks. But they do keep your guys from being countered if that's something you are concerned about. I don't think it was something worth worrying about, but there were a couple of decks that did have them in there, so that's what we were playing with. All right, so there you go, your best decks of any particular color. I hope that if you play with these decks that you have as much fun with them as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.